So if you look at what Converged Cloud is, right, HP's got an overarching strategy for a cloud that goes across, essentially talks about using the same architecture, same consumption model for private, public, managed, hybrid cloud. And we have products across the company both for building clouds and for consuming clouds, whether it's our CI converged infrastructure or our standalone networking products or our software suite, such as cloud system automation and so on, or cloud service automation. In addition to that, we also have our public cloud service for consuming public cloud, as well as our managed cloud services through enterprise services. When you look at Converged Cloud is an overlay organization that is essentially responsible for governing and driving all of that. So I'm responsible for all of those things as an overlay, which means that I'm responsible for ensuring the definition, the design, the implementation, the go-to-market, the marketing, the whole thing of that entire portfolio. And I work together with those business units, but I control the governance of that. I also have some of the core technology, as well as the budget. We have the reason that this organization was put in place, and I reported to Bill Vecti under Meg.
Sure.
Is to drive this. So we obviously are strong believers that this sort of capability of having this sort of converged solution for our customers is a very differentiated and strong sort of push that we want to make. In terms of how things are going from a technology perspective, or from I can only quote our official numbers, which is basically that last year we did about $3.9 billion in cloud revenue, and we're estimating to get over $8 billion in 2015. We're doing really well across the board. If you look at this, we're now up to 1,000 cloud system customers, and that's which is our industry-leading integrated cloud solution. We have over 200 managed cloud customers, and these are usually very big customers if you look at the enterprise services, and we have thousands of customers using our public cloud. So, it's a big push for us, and it's a big growth area.
And where is growth coming from? Is it greenfield startup, or is it competitive displacement from Amazon, Rackspace, whoever it might be?
I don't want to get into specifics in terms of this, but I mean, you're sort of you actually didn't necessarily define it correctly, in the sense that there's people who are journeying to the cloud, right?
Sure.
You're not necessarily you're displacing other things that they're doing. You're just getting them on the cloud. The actual getting to cloud is a journey, right? The average Fortune 1000 company probably has about 5,000 applications.
Sure. So
they're not all going to, they need to get a partner, which is where HP comes in place, to help them sort of figure out, okay, how do I move to cloud? What do I move first? And so
Sure.
on. So there's a lot of work around that. But, we also are winning business from existing places, but a lot of it is helping customers journey to the cloud. In terms of where it comes into play versus some of the competition, is one of the key elements of what we provide is a holistic solution. So, one of the things that you want to avoid moving to the cloud is to create new silos. And so if you're using, let's say, a public cloud that's an opaque system that is proprietary and cannot move to a private cloud or so forth, then, as you try to move to a holistic system, you may decide that maybe there's a better model to do that, leveraging, for example, OpenStack, where you can now have, a common solution across all models. Does that make sense?
It does. And then, as you talk about making that journey, there's whatever percentage of workloads are virtualized already on VMware. Some of those may or may not just need to go into a vCloud, vCenter type environment. Some may need to be full cloud. How do you balance that, and how do you have that journey discussion with people when they decide virtualized is good enough or it needs to be cloud?
Sure. Well, I think that the first thing is it's all about the business as opposed to technology, right?
Sure.
So the question, what cloud typically gives you is speed. Okay, time to value is faster, right? Faster development, faster time to get the product to market, faster to getting a service to market. It's a speed issue. Faster service to your employees. If you look at a very simple case, right, in a development environment, right? If you're doing development with cloud, we've seen things that take 90 days go down to 3 days.
Sure.
And so you first want to look at it and say, okay, what is it that you're trying to do? How can cloud help you, as opposed to, should I use this cloud or that cloud? And then once you understand that, then you can figure out, okay, what is the best transformation, or what is the best solution to this? In some cases, you may say, you know what, this doesn't need cloud. This is not something that's dynamic. This is something that no one is really paying that much attention to. I don't need any sort of variable solution. It's not that many people are using it. It's okay. You can leave it like some mainframes were left and they're still running. In many cases, you may say, hey, you know, this is something that if I could speed this up dramatically, it's going to impact my business, and so this is a good investment. And then once you have that discussion, then you can go and discuss, okay, now given that, what is the best cloud solution? You know, should I do a private cloud? Should I do a hybrid cloud? But first, you got to sort of sort out and say, okay, what am I trying to achieve as a business? What are areas that I can increase my speed to become more competitive, to do something faster, and so on? And it's not, and you know, when you talk about speed, it's not only the fact that you're now, you know, doing it on the cloud. I mean, you talked about virtualization. You said, what's the difference, right? Well, you know, virtualization gives you efficiency, but it doesn't give you speed, right? Because speed is the whole issue about automation and self-service. And generally speaking, you don't get that from virtualization, or you actually have the cloud. A cloud is the point where, you know, when you need a service, you go to a self-service menu, you choose a service based on some catalog, you press a button, the service gets instantiated, everything takes place, there's no human intervention, and so on. And so that's the prime benefit. Yes, are you saving some money there? Of course. But the prime value here is speed. When you're looking at a virtualized environment, what you've done is you've moved, you know, from a physical environment to a virtualized environment. You've done some consolidation. You probably saved some money, but you haven't enabled this speed.
Got it. And then in terms of challenges, I know people like to talk about security, though. Aside from security, which we'll take as a given for a certain subset of users, what is the main objection when you're talking to end users, customers, prospects, when they're saying we're not moving because of something?
Mindset.
Okay.
I think it's a mindset by and large, and that's a mindset. I mean, first of all, I think security, as you probably know, you've been around, right? Many times people overestimate their existing security and underestimate their future system security. But I think mindset is the primary issue. When I talk to CIOs, there's sort of two issues. First of all, they don't know where to start. They're like, yeah, I know I need to do something, but I'm not sure quite where to start. And that's where we have a lot of, we provide services, cloud workshops to help people sort of walk through what they have and figure out where to start. But a lot of times you'll find a mindset issue where you'll run into someone who just, you know, they don't understand or they don't want to understand that in this new world, you know, IT really needs to become more of a broker of things. Some things IT will provide, some things IT will do through the cloud, some things they'll source from another area. It's a different role. And so you need, first of all, people to sort of get into that mindset.
Is there something that needs to change other than mindset in terms of maybe from a technology perspective to increase adoption? Is there something missing in the cloud today, or is it just, you know, mindset and operational excellence and getting people onboarded?
No, I mean, I think it's still evolving. I think there's still evolutions. I think that you know, we're sort of at the place now where there is you know, a wide scale adoption across certain workloads. But I think the more complex workloads, I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in that area. But I think adoption is actually happening way faster than people thought. So I think it's actually happening very fast. I think if we would have had this conversation 3 years ago and we would have said, okay, well, how fast are people going to move to cloud? And again, when I say cloud, I'm not talking public. I'm saying cloud models. It's happening way faster than people thought. I mean, look where OpenStack is. You know, 2 years ago, people were talking about it as a concept. Today, it's like, you know, everyone's like, you know, already more or less accepted that this is what people are going to use. So it's actually happening very, very fast.
Got it.